Before we begin the video, if you haven't yet, come on down and join my Discord server. Link is down in the description. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for our review of episode 14, The Ascent. At the Earth Temple, Cole proposes using the Firestone mech and attaching it to the minecart to get them back to the surface. After a bit of difficulty at first, Cole manages to control the Firestone mech, and they begin their ascent back to the surface, hence the episode title. On their way though, they encounter the magma monster one final time, and a battle ensues, but the Firestone mech and Cole destroy the lava monster. Anyways though, their plan works and they arrive at the surface, where they go into the throne room and find Vangelis' guards waiting. And a battle breaks out and the episode leaves off there. So this episode has a lot of action, and I find all the minecart stuff to be very entertaining. I think it's a very creative idea and executed really well. I also like that the lava monster has been present in not just one but multiple episodes. A big issue with season 11 was there was many monster fights, and most of them were just one episode things. One thing about this season is the monster fights. These monsters have all been recurring threats. The magma monster, the spider, and the bats all appear in numerous episodes. Also, the use of the Firestone mech is pretty good. In the show, it appears to be Cole's mech, but in the sets originally it was actually Kai's. But I'm glad the show changed that because after all, this is Cole's season, and Kai literally just had a mech in season 12. And it's also cool because apparently it's powered by elemental energy, which is a really cool idea. And this episode also has a nice moment for Vanya as well, when she tells Cole she is indeed worried about facing her father. Overall, I feel Vanya has been a pretty good character, and she's had a good amount of screen time, and when she is present, she's pretty good usually. I feel she's especially at her best in this episode and the finale. I also enjoyed that the Chatara Royal Guards do play a role in this episode. And you know, they haven't been in the season too much, but their appearances here and there are more than enough. I definitely like the throne room fight, but I do have an issue with this episode's ending. I just didn't really like the way this episode ended, and I felt it was really awkward. Episode 14 ends off with Hilmar striking his sword at the screen, and I don't know, it's just not a good ending. It feels unnatural, it feels forced, it feels like the episode was cut off at that position. It would have been better to let the fight resolve, rather than forcing a cliffhanger that gets resolved 2 episodes later. Also that part where Cole says the lava monster won't just be staring at a wall, and then a second later cut to the monster doing exactly that. Yeah, I mean, this was an awkward joke I wasn't really a fan of. And lastly, really minor thing here, but why does every new Ninjago season have to use that Green Destiny soundtrack at least once? It's just really repetitive at this point, and it doesn't have the same epic feeling it used to. Anyways though, this episode's plot was good but not amazing. I did find some scenes annoying like the ones I mentioned, and also Cole constantly slipping up with the mech, but aside from that, really good stuff. The Ascent serves as a mainly action episode, and it works in that sense. As for characters, Cole was really good in this episode, as he has been this season, and I enjoyed Vanya as well, as I said. I don't think anyone was super amazing in this episode, but again, one of those cases where everyone's good, no one's bad, no one's great. Seeing the Royal Guards and Chompy back was fun though, and this episode, again, mainly action-based, and I thought most of it was really good. And lastly, for emotion, not really much of it in this episode, except that one scene where Vanya discusses her fears. That was good. In the end, I'm gonna give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. Overall, I feel it was a pretty good episode, and whatever flaws it had really weren't that bad. I think my biggest issue is the ending just doesn't really work, and there were a few awkward scenes here and there, but aside from that, really entertaining. So tomorrow we'll be back to review episode 15, and what I'm thinking is review the finale on Friday, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone and everyone you know. Leave a comment explaining your thoughts on episode 14, The Ascent. What did you guys like or dislike about this episode? I hope you all enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.